I don't know when the last time I have been on here was. I cut my hair, y'all. This is supposed to be the year of change. It has been the year of chaosity, okay? I got dumped. And I'm okay now. It was 99% my fault. Looking back, especially, I was like, oh, I could see why. Oh yeah, I could see why that yeah. Yeah, I cut well, me and my caster of 20 plus years cut ties and it got really heated. I hung up on him. I apologize because that is a million percent out of character for me, especially now. Like I'm so like y'all, I'm so chill. But I think because the way I was pretty much being told I was abusing, I wasn't treating them well, and I didn't like that. Like, who wants to hear that? Especially, I felt like I was kind of walking into something I didn't know I was walking into, which that's on me. So the issue was I was not paying on time. I didn't even honestly I really didn't realize it. I thought I paid. It doesn't matter. I didn't pay. So and now the last thing that I owe them, it didn't occur to me that I should have just express mailed it. I just dropped it in the mail. Oh, because they're not local. But I will say I have been trying to use other people for over 3 years, and I am loyal to a fault. And this is nothing. This has nothing to do with them. I just needed faster turnarounds, and so that's what the whole kind of blow up happened. Like they were, I guess, not prioritizing my work because I wasn't paying. But then I had to think about it. I was like, wait, I've always paid and my stuff hasn't like my I didn't like the work hasn't been super prioritized, because their excuse was that they had more people, they had more orders, they had bigger people, mostly because of the tariffs. So I just thought that was interesting, but it doesn't matter. We cut ties. I'm currently waiting for them to cash the last check and to send me back hundreds of molds. And when I say molds, these are molds. I make duplicates of things to send to the new casters. The new main caster is great. I've been in communication with them, like I said, for the past 3 years. So I'm excited. Like it was meant to happen. It really not this way. I feel really. I when I tell you I was boohooing and crying, I cried more. I didn't even cry when I stopped talking about supposed best friend. That was just like whatever. And some people, I told my mom, and she was like, "Oh, maybe you guys have been together for so long. Like maybe nope." I cut people off, so I know he does. I'm not. I made the bed. Like I is that right? I gotta lay in it, right? So, um, it's just been interesting, like just like relationships, and it's just really funny because right before I have several casters. I make jewelry, so I can't make the volume that I make things in. I can't make everything by hand at the price that I like to present it. So I went to New York and I was there for 10 days, wonderful days, my favorite city. I miss it a lot. And I went to my caster who does my silver, they do my rings because I just thought it'd be a lot easier. Also, don't put all your eggs in one basket, right? And I'll say I have all my originals. Like you send your originals in to get made and to get a mold made, and then they send it back, or they hold on to it, or they destroy it. So I asked for my original, so I can always make a majority of the stuff. But I've honestly just been I'll show maybe in this clip, I don't know, show I have so many styles. I have hundreds of styles, and it's just me. It's me and sometimes Mina, who assists me, who's great. It's just us two. And sometimes if I get like crazy busy, it'll be a third person, but it's usually just me working. So I'm making all this stuff, I'm doing all the assembly. And it's not just making things, it's sending it back out to my gold plater. And it's so much admin work on top. Anyway, so I've been whittling things down, and I told them the last time I went to visit them in like November of last year, y'all, like, or September. Uh, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna come back. I'll just get on a plane and come and go through all my molds that I don't need, and take them with me because I know it's probably taking up a lot of space. Like everybody only has so much space. I'm happy I didn't do that because like 2 months later I had a flood. Then I had several floods. Then I had to move, and there's still water coming down, and I still haven't unpacked because am I staying here? I don't know. Oh man, I have so much stuff though. I can't. I don't want to move again. But that's another story. It's just all these things. Like I'll say the flood, it truly messed me up financially. I mean, I have insurance. What I should have done is asked for several months of loss of income because it took so much out of me. But thankfully, I have my tax return. I had all these things, so I could show that I actually made money, and I had a really nice little check that went. Like I paid this rent for a few months, and I'm very fortunate for that. But the last place took no responsibility. There was still water coming in from the walls. They were saying it came from the window, even when it wasn't raining. So I've just had to deal with a lot of that. And then the new place, there's one property manager, and it's 9 buildings, 9 big buildings, y'all. So yeah, I'll come in and it'll just be raining and raining on my stuff. Like it's not, it doesn't even matter. I was gonna say it's not like, no, it's like new stuff, or like I came back from New York and a bunch of my stuff had mold on it because it's humid because I don't have AC because I can't open the window. And they didn't put AC in the building. I don't know. And I know this is like out of the grand scheme of things, this is absolutely nothing. But that being said, I kept on saying like July. I was like, okay, I feel like I'm finally back on my feet. This kind of really knocked the wind out of me. And the economy sucks. Like the economy is so bad right now for good reason. People don't have jobs. Women who look like me don't have jobs. Buying jewelry is not on the top of anybody's list. I mean, if I had an extra couple hundred, 1,000, I'd be, I don't know, in somebody's forest. I don't really like beaches. So I don't know. I don't know. Getting dumped was not a good thing. I think also he told me if I wanted to find a new caster where I didn't want to pay on time, I could go and do that. And I was just like, oh, you really, like, this has been like brewing. Meanwhile, I'm holding on the checks. I'm not even thinking that they're late. I'm holding on to checks because I like to send the check with things. I'm goal oriented, so I don't just want to send a check. And there's no other way to send. Like you have to pay them by check. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It was my fault. So I'm excited about the new chapter, but then it's also like, what am I doing? Like, do I keep on doing jewelry when other people are changing careers? I have an art exhibit. I have a solo show that's not jewelry at all in January. And I was like, oh, good, this is done. I have a trunk show in 2 weeks that I have not prepared for in Asheville. And I really thought I was on it. Like I'm telling y'all, I was like, yes, I'm on it. I got it. Here we go. I just did a wholesale show. That's why I was in New York. And it went really well because I took some time to make new work, and I couldn't afford to, and I didn't use my caster to cast my pieces because he's lost my pieces before, my originals. No problem. It wasn't a problem. So I did it locally here, and it was 18 arms and legs. Okay. Um, so I guess it's just navigating like cost and what I like versus what other people like, and people's expectations, and money and money and money. And, like I don't really worry about money, but I came back from New York, when I tell you, broke as a full joke. And I saved, I have money. I have a trip savings account. I have a tattoo savings account. I have these things But y'all know the money is not girl is not stretching like she used to. Like it is not going long at all. And I met with so many. I used to live there for a very long time. So it's just not. It's not moving like it used to, and I think that's the issue too. Like I'll get the same amount of sales, but the monetary value won't be the same, or I'll do like an open call or whatever, or I'll do a sale, or what am I doing now, pre-sale, where people pay and then the things get made, because it saves me money, because now the new place has a minimum, which is fine, but I have a wax injector. I can make my own waxes. So that's what I'm doing right now, because I need to ship a bunch of stuff out. So I know while I'm talking to y'all, I should probably be working. But I don't know. I just came on here to say, like, at least for me, don't take it personal. If somebody's not communicating with you, or if they're moving slow, give people grace. And I will say, they gave me enough grace. They didn't tell me. I didn't know. But I will say, I've had so many hiccups this year that I was given grace when I wasn't asking for it, which I really appreciate. Like I was supposed to have this art show in June. I canceled a show that is I only do 2 shows a year. So, I was expecting a big amount of income. It's not like half of my income, but it's a good amount. It's like 15% maybe, maybe 10% of my income, but still not to have that. And then, it all comes in one big chunk, and then I disperse it for the rest of like the next few months until the next big thing that I'm assuming I'll get, right? So that didn't happen. I canceled the show because I was going to do the gallery show. Like it was because I was doing too much and I was scrambling. And I'm like, ooh, this is not going to be a good show. And so the gallery noticed that, and they were so nice to be like, you want to do it in January? I was like, oh my God, yes, please. Have I touched it since? No. I've still been playing catch up, and now I'm like, oh, now I gotta find a new. Well, I don't have to find a new caster. I have casters, um, but I'm still waiting for this man to send me back all of my stuff. They're not answering my emails. They're reading them. They're not replying, and I don't know if I call it. Like I don't have any. I'm not even saying any pull, but they don't have a sense of urgency, and they don't need to have a sense of urgency. Like I fucked up. So I don't know, y'all. Just be patient with people. Be kind. I haven't, when I tell you I haven't done that in, I just haven't exploded on anybody in a long time. But I also just didn't like that was just like, you're this and that. And I'm like, that's not true. And y'all know that's not true. Like y'all acting like I'm out here in Vegas, like kicking it. And they sent me reminders, but here's the deal: the total looked like the invoice looked like a total that it was almost to the dollar of what I already paid. So I was like, I already paid this. I'm not gonna. Why do they keep on sending this to me? And I just wanted to check my book, so I didn't pay while I was away. But I'm like, oh my God, this is like really, really late. Like I'm looking back, I'm like, oh my God, this is from like July. So I feel horrible. Doesn't matter. What's done is done. I can't undo it. Yeah, and I don't. They don't owe me anything. Oh, my moles that I paid for. So yeah, I don't know. I don't have anything to say. It's just like the ups and downs. Like this isn't, like it's not the only thing I'm doing. So there's that. And just navigating stuff, y'all. I'm just trying to just figure my life out like everybody else. I really don't know. I'm probably gonna post this now and then go backwards and show y'all a bunch of videos because I'm not editing this at all. But yeah, this is the new studio. I have no idea if I shot any footage of The old studio, like when I was moving out, it was traumatic. Yeah, I had the floods. They didn't care. It took them 5 days to reply, and I still have water. My rugs got so it smelled so bad in there. It smelled like mold and mildew. I had wool rugs, vintage wool rugs on the floor, and I had stuff on the floor for the show. All that got ruined. I had things from residencies that I did ruined, ruined, mold. Everything was. When I tell you, I moved in March, and I was just moving. Sometimes I just had to just put stuff in boxes. Stuff was still wet, and then I come here and stuff is raining down. They're fixing things. Cement is splattered. Cement's coming down from the ceiling, which I'm not even on the top floor, y'all. I'm not even on the top floor here. Uh, so anyway, um, it'll get better. I'm not as stressed as I should be. I don't know. I feel like I've been through worse. This is just like a lot business wise. And I think if business was going like amazingly, I wouldn't be like, oh. But it's okay. Wholesale is great. Like don't get me wrong on that. Wholesale is amazing. Um, that's about it though. Like retail is but I know people are still attending shows and loving that. So hopefully there'll be some luck for me in November. And if you're interested, I'll be at West Coast Craft in November, and I'll hopefully have new things. I'm really trying to get out there. It's just hard to split myself in so many directions and have a life. I'm trying to also have a life. I don't have a life here. I think it's very boring. I'm in Chicago. It's just that everything's at the same time on the same day. And if you say it isn't, you know you're a liar. You know you're a lie. So that's my biggest like issue with doing anything here. Everything is at the same time on the same day on the opposite side of the city, and everything ends at the same time. So there's no like bouncing around or, oh, let me go to this gallery, let me go to that. Everything closes at 4 or 5. So, and I mean, New York is kind of like that too sometimes, especially post shut lockdown. I don't want to say pandemic because we're still in a pandemic. We're in a I don't even know what this is. Like a hyperdemic. I will say also, y'all, I cannot see anything now, but shout out to Rebecca Black Jewelry, um, telling me about this beautiful uh, little $40 holler magnifying thing because also don't like wearing glasses. I paid for my eyes, but now it's over. It's all over Casanova. So anyway, I didn't have anything to say, y'all. I feel a lot better. I was gonna film last week when the whole thing happened, and I'm kind of happy I didn't because I wasn't in the right headspace. I've just been like playing it over in my head, like, wow, when I lost all my cool, and I like being a cool person. I like being calm and collected, and but I also don't want to sit up there and hear somebody tell me I'm not treating them well because I'm not paying them on time. When I'm like, if that's the barometer of how, like, it's business. It's business. Like, we weren't friends, so we were friendly, and I just gave them so much business over like a ridiculous amount of business over the years. Um, so it sucks, but I guess it had to end that way because I would have just been loyal, and nobody's loyal to me. So I need to remember that, like I could have ebbs and flows. I think the last time I was dumped was with my first Rhode Island plater. They kept on overnight shipping, like air shipping my mail, my products, and it was like 3 times the price. And I'm like, hey, you don't have to air mail this. I'm in Brooklyn. It's just do ground. I kept on saying that. And the woman was so nasty. You could tell she was racist. She was the nastiest person I've ever talked to. And like the next week, I guess I got dumped. The woman, my account manager or whatever, was so nice. She sent me samples of stuff, and then she was like, "Oh, we can't deal with you. Like, you don't have enough stuff." And I was like, "That's weird because my friends have a lot less stuff. I'm actually making things." And you guys work with big names that my friends work at, and they send one or two pieces. I was like, this is stupid, whatever. So that's how I got the plater that I've been with for like over a decade now. Um, so it works out. They're really sweet. They are on it. I just sent them stuff today. So I have to think. Also, it's like this eclipse season, and oh, um, I don't know. I'm just dealing with people and money and trying to get money back from people who are just not, who don't have integrity. So, I don't know, y'all. Just be mindful and don't take things personal if things happen. Um, Communication is really weird right now. I will 1,000,000% say that with everybody. So, man, I hope it gets better though, because I'm way too precious for this. I'm way too precious for this, y'all. Oh yeah, yeah. But yeah, I hope that was helpful. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I've been doing this for 20 years. I'll even say it kind of brings me back to I worked for this woman when I first started out. She didn't pay me anything. And I probably said it before in a few other videos that you have not seen yet. And I worked for her for a year and a half. I worked for her for a year and a half. I was so broke. She paid me $600 a month. $600. This is like 2003. It wasn't a lot then, so I don't care what people say. There's no inflation. It's like $607 now. Only way I could work with her. And I had another job too, and she was like, "I need you to work every day." She didn't. And when people tell you that, unless you're giving me benefits, you don't need me to work here full time. It's a weird power thing, and it's weird. But I was very young. And I was so broke. I was making $3 a day, and I was so broke. I would walk to an hour to and from her house, from Crown Heights to Clinton Hill, and she was cheap, so she would make food, and then we'd both be hungry. So then she gave me $5 for food every day. Back when you can get a lunch special for $5 and have change, and she didn't have any friends. Another like red flag if you go someplace and you're like, oh, my employer doesn't have any friends. She had like a few friends, and they would come over, but she didn't really have that. She kept to herself, or she'd hang out with her boyfriend or ex-boyfriend. But anyway, one time I said I was like a whipping boy because she would ask me to do things and run errands and stuff, and I'm like, why aren't you? She just to have somebody to do it, but I'm like, girl, you're not busy, like you could do it. Or I would run the errands, and she's like, it doesn't take that long to get to 47th Street. You do it next time. And I wouldn't say anything. I would complain to my sister or my friends about her because I'm like, girl, I'm getting paid $3, and then it doubled to 600. And I actually ended up, because of her friend who came over, I ended up getting my own apartment, which you would never do now. And it was like I split it. I didn't even have the money then. I split that with 300. It was like $325 with the guy's dad. Whole other story. But in the end, she went off on me. She was like, you do this and that. And you said, I don't, oh, because she was in therapy. She had enough for therapy and marijuana, but she didn't have enough to pay me a actual living wage. Um, I was really I was making her jewelry. Like, I was doing so much, going to shows, and the shows didn't pan out. And she was like in the heyday of when people would go to a show or like a wholesale show and like make $100,000-$200,000 in orders, and that'd be the only show they would have to do. Like they would make their entire salary, or their gross, their earnings in a year. And I'll say I learned a lot. I did learn a lot. I learned a lot of business. I learned how not to run a business. And I'm sure people come here and say the same thing. Anyway, Um, she told me every little thing that she did not like about me. And I was standing here, I was like, first of all, I definitely could have saved $1.50. You could have told me this on the phone. I think I don't think I had a cell phone then. I don't remember. I might have had a cell phone. You could have called me in the morning, spent that $2, $3, because this is nights and weekends for free. So you'd have to pay for your cell phone call during the day. I didn't have to get on a bus and a train and a train and a bus to get here for you to fire me. Like, this is stupid. And she kind of left the door open, but not really. It was kind of bridge burn. But I was like, all right. I don't know. It was so nonplussed. I don't know. I was just like, whatever. And I should have been a little bit more stressed, but I wasn't. And I think she did it on like the last day or the first day of the month. It was, and she would pay me like I lost my apartment because she would pay at the last. It was a whole bunch of stuff. Anyway, fast forward, she needed a big. She had a big order to fulfill, and nobody wire wrapped, and so she called me back, and I finally got paid. I got paid like $20 an hour, which was crazy, and I was the fastest person. She showed me how to wire wrap, and I was really fast with it. So I got my money back because it was per piece. And I ended up meeting my friend Mary. She would just get random people off of Craigslist. And I'm still friends with Mary. Mary of Mary Inc. She makes beautiful bandanas and headbands. If I ever show my little style fashion, I have a Instagram style fashion thing. I've tagged her a bunch on things. Anyway, that's interesting that she opened she left the door open. I was just like, whatever. I don't need this money, but it's you're gonna pay me. You probably don't. You're not even making any money on it because you don't. It's just it's just interest. It was interesting. So that was one thing. Like, oh, so yeah, maybe next. I'm like, no. There aren't a lot of people I fall out with or who drop me that we circle back around. But I just don't like the fact that they said I was pretty much abusive. In no other way. It wasn't like I'm holding my check. Da da da. I'm like, if you look back at all the emails, all the correspondence, nothing is nasty. So, and as a Taurus, I would like to give people the benefit of the doubt, and I definitely have like a little, folder, a little attaché of people's performance in my head, and I'm like, oh, this person is really not good right now. But should I keep them, or like, are we healthy for each other? Maybe not, or maybe I just need to give this person a break. Like, let's just take a little break. Um, and maybe we don't need to be friends for a little bit. Professionally, I don't know how that works, but yeah, y'all. I don't know. I don't know. I'm still really sad about it. I'll be okay. Thanks to everybody who reached out. I posted like a little thing. Like, I've told a few friends because when I tell you I was boohooing, I was just sad. Like, it's a family company. Like, it's not anything big, and the caster were almost the same age. Like, I felt like we've had our businesses around the same time. So, um, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, thank you for listening. I really didn't have anything else to say, except I got dumped, and I hope I hope they do well with their new people. One of who is with one of my old employer, who was one of the most toxic places I worked. But that's neither here nor there. The world is really small, so. But I don't know another. Yeah, it's just one of those things like, oh, would I have reacted differently? I'm not sure. I wouldn't have hung up on them. I don't know what I was thinking. But it was gonna end anyway. So maybe that was my all or nothing thing. Even though that was a horrible way. I don't recommend doing that. But yeah, y'all. I don't want anything. I just want to come up on here. And let me know what you think. My hair's supposed to be purple, but it's reading blue. I told the barber to take off half an inch, but he made it half an inch long. But I like it. I like it. I think it's really funky. I have no edges, so I'm waiting for those to grow in. and I'll probably bleach it sometime next week, and then I don't know, as the fall progresses, I'll dye it like a pretty burgundy or like a fire red. I don't know. This is very fun. I should have done this a lot sooner. It's very high maintenance. I'm sorry. I hate when people hold the mics. It is the most annoying thing because they're clip ons. There's a clip on it. But yeah, y'all, I hope this wasn't super boring. I talk a lot. You'll probably see me. I'm gonna do my best and post this week, before September. I also don't have a laptop that has any of the attachments anymore because I'm supposed to be just DJing on it. If you want, I think I have my link to my DJ Lapis, but it's Lapis. That's my DJ name is Lapis. But yeah, thanks for listening. I didn't want anything. I feel better though. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Don't be like me, kids. All right. Thanks for listening.